Hey my friends, how are you? Today it's a very important video. I want to share with you the power of belief and how it is important to have hope and to believe that anything is possible in the future and that we can make anything happen. And because basically suffering comes from power being powerless. Suffering comes when we think we have no future and we have no options and we don't believe in ourselves to make a bright future. So what we believe literally creates our future and creates our life. I'm going to tell you a few stories so you can understand what I am saying and the importance of it. Okay, so the first story is about the book Men in Search of Meaning by Viktor Frankl. So he's a Jewish psychologist that was in a camp during the World War II, during the Holocaust, and what he found, part of the book is that when the prisoners were losing hope to be free, so when they had nothing to look forward to, like no compelling future, they were dying. And the ones that had a compelling future, the ones that were still believing, that still had hope, were the ones that were surviving and that they were going through everything, and in spite of all the suffering, all the violence and so on, they were still keeping going because they had hope in the future. So you see how just this belief about what's the future for you, it means people died or survived. That's the first story. The second one is about the Pygmalion effect, and I like a lot that story. So it's basically they took two groups of children. One group of children that were supposedly brighter and successful, and another group of children who were supposedly average or bad students. And they told the professors, so they told Professor A, you having the bright children when they were the average one or the not good students, and they told Professor B, you having the average or bad students when they were the bright students. And this, because of the belief of the teachers, they thought they had all the great students or the average students. So they basically taught them with that expectation. And turns out that the supposedly average students at the beginning turned out bright students. And the other ones were still good, but less than the other ones. So the groups, just based on the belief, changed its results. So this is also an impressive example of how our belief controls our life. There's a third one, of course, is on the placebo effect. You know, how when a doctor tells you something and that you think that the medication you're taking will help you, it really helps you, even if the medication is fake. And you have so many medical studies on that, showing that with our minds, when we think something, we make it happen. So when we think we are being cured, we will be cured. But if we think we are doomed, we will be doomed. So basically what we believe controls our destiny. The last story I want to share with you is a personal story about my experience, kind of a spiritual awakening experience. That's how I labeled it. Now I know it was just the power of my beliefs. Many things happened. I believed many things. That's why it was such a powerful experience. I was reading Krishnamurti, the philosopher, and I wasn't understanding the concepts, and I was reading again and again and again the same paragraph until eureka! Like I had this like light bulb moment when I said, "Oh, I understood the concept," and it was so clear for me. And just by understanding the concept, it transformed, because I believed in it, and it's a very spiritual, powerful concept. I believed in it, and it totally transformed my states and the belief of who I am and what I was capable of and everything. At the same time, I was reading a book of Tony Robbins, which was also changing the beliefs and showing me what was possible and our unlimited potential and so on. So everything was kind of changing my beliefs and on who I am, on what was possible. And I was in a business meeting, And the CEO of the company told me in front of everyone, actually, said, "Oh yeah, Stefan is going to be the big boss in Brazil." And that's true for all the products, not only for the feed additives, but also for for the fertilizers and all the products that the company was doing. And because I heard that, I believed it. But the thing is that it's funny because I didn't believe I was going to be the big boss for Brazil for just the products of one of the subsidiary. I believed I was going for the big group. So I was working for a company inside a big group, and I was convinced that I was going to be the big boss for the big group in Brazil. And that belief actually maybe was the most powerful one, because I believed that it shut down all my fears. And it made me feel of my greatness. So just because I believed what was being said, it transformed the way I was seeing life. And it's just by believing, I became so much more. I became so creative, so intelligent, so present, so loving. I had no fears, basically. Everything was possible, like really, like not just I'm saying it, like I was really feeling everything was possible, and I was taking massive action on everything. And I was behaving as someone that was going to be the CEO of a 3,000 people company. Which turned out later it was not true. And when I found out it was not true 1 month later, that's new belief. So I lost this belief that's what I was going to happen, and actually it changed totally what I was capable of doing. And I went back to kind of the old way of behaving and acting and so on. And this is the strength of the power of belief. Now I know that. So of course I'm working on a way to create those beliefs, and also so I know deeply now, I'm convinced that what I believe creates my reality. So if I know that there's such a power in my beliefs, I need to choose my beliefs carefully, right? And sometimes I say something already. I say I believe that, or I believe this, but it doesn't change fundamentally who I am, because somehow there's something lacking. I'm lacking conviction in my subconscious about that belief, because maybe I don't have the examples in my life, or maybe I made stronger decisions about that, so that are conflicting, so I'm not able to really believe it. Even though I say and I want to, I don't really believe it. And so there's a process that we can go through to change those beliefs, and to actually believe it in our subconscious, deep inside, that will transform the way we live. And I think that's the most powerful process we can go through. And knowing, that the power of your beliefs can totally change your life. Don't you think that's something you should invest your focus on? Decide what you want to believe, and take control of who you are and what you believe in order to change your life. I think that's the most important thing you can do. So yeah, I wanted to share this because I think it's so important, and I'm working on it, and I will share with you my findings on how to create those beliefs in the next video. Yeah, so all the best. I love you. Remember, you have an amazing potential, and I hope you're going to shine, and you won't let your fears and your limiting beliefs and all those limiting thoughts block you and keep you stuck when there's so much for you waiting. And yeah, please believe in your future, believe in yourself, keep the hope high, because when you lose hope, it's when you suffer, but there's always hope. It's just a matter of changing your mindset and changing what you believe in, and taking uncomfortable action. I love you. Cheers.